You've never heard this name before, but every time a hot pizza lands on your doorstep in under 30 minutes, you owe it all to him. Not the founder, not a celebrity CEO, a delivery driver who turned a failing greasy spoon pizza joint into a $50 billion empire, and then almost lost it in the most humiliating way possible on live television. Welcome back to Brand Story Lab. Today, we're not talking about Steve Jobs or Elon Musk. We're talking about a guy who scrubbed dough off conveyor belts for $4.75 an hour. A guy who maxed out credit cards, slept in his car, and watched his own commercials get roasted by millions of Americans. His name? Tom Monahan. And the company? Domino's. This is the story of how a broke delivery driver built the largest pizza delivery empire on planet Earth and why almost nobody knows his face. It starts in 1960. Ypsilanti, Michigan, a small college town that smells like Rust Belt rain and burnt cheese. Tom Monahan is 23 years old. He's already been through more hardship than most Americans face in a lifetime. His father died when Tom was 4. His mother couldn't afford to raise him and his brother, so they were sent to a Catholic orphanage, not a foster home, an actual orphanage run by Franciscan nuns for 8 years. Now, here's something most business biographies won't tell you. That orphanage didn't break him. It taught him obsession. The nuns ran a tight ship. You cleaned your plate, you made your bed, you followed the rules exactly, or you didn't eat. Tom learned one thing better than any business school could teach. Consistency is survival. But survival wasn't enough. By 1960, Tom had tried college twice and dropped out twice. He joined the Marines but got a medical discharge. He was working odd jobs, driving delivery for a small local pizza place called Domino's, and he hated it. The owner was cheap, the sauce was watery, the delivery times were a joke. Then, one day the owner put a sign in the window, "For sale, $500 down." Tom didn't have $500. He didn't have $50. But his brother Jim had a few bucks from working at a factory. Together, they scraped together the down payment, and just like that, 2 broke brothers in their early 20s owned a pizza shop the size of a walk-in closet. Here's the moment that separates a dreamer from a builder. Most people would have painted the walls, changed the name, and hoped for more customers. Tom did something insane. He borrowed money he didn't have to buy used dough mixers and second-hand ovens. Then he took out a tiny loan to buy a used Volkswagen Beetle specifically for delivery. Why? Because in 1960, pizza delivery was not standard. Most Americans picked up their pizzas. Tom noticed that the only thing customers complained about more than the taste was the weight. So he asked himself, what if the weight disappears? That was his first big insight. Not better ingredients, not lower price, but speed, reliability, the promise that when an American family got hungry, their food would show up before the kids started fighting over the remote. But here's the brutal truth. For the first 5 years, Domino's was a disaster. The brothers couldn't agree on anything. Jim wanted to expand slowly. Tom wanted to take every dollar and open another store. They argued so loudly that customers could hear them through the thin walls. In 1965, Jim had enough. He offered Tom his half of the business in exchange for a used Volkswagen Beetle. Not a fleet of cars, one used Beetle. Tom said yes. Now, Tom owned 100% of a barely profitable pizza shop, a broken delivery car, and about $12,000 in debt. And he was about to make a decision that would either kill him or make him a billionaire. He changed the name from Domino's to Domino's. Why? Because the original owner's name was Dominic, and Tom didn't want to pay for the rights. So he added an O and designed a logo with 3 dots. Most people think those dots are just design. They're not. Tom planned to add a new dot for every new store he opened. Bold, arrogant, and absolutely necessary. Because here's what most faceless channels won't tell you about building an empire. You have to bet everything when you have nothing. In 1967, Tom opened his second Domino's, then a third, then a fourth. He was borrowing from family, maxing out credit cards, and sometimes driving deliveries himself at midnight just to make payroll. His personal life? Destroyed. He got married and divorced in the same 3-year stretch.
he barely saw daylight. His only friends were store managers and dough suppliers. But something strange started happening in Ypsilanti and the surrounding towns. College students began to associate Domino's with one thing: 30 minutes or less. Tom had started advertising a guarantee that seemed impossible. Fresh, hot pizza delivered to your door in 30 minutes or it's free. The industry laughed. Competitors said he was insane. How could a tiny Michigan chain out-deliver local pizzerias that had been around for decades? Tom's secret wasn't ovens or cars, it was systems. He broke down the entire pizza-making process into steps measured in seconds. Dough stretching, 45 seconds. Sauce and cheese, 30 seconds. Toppings, 60 seconds. Baking, 7 minutes. Boxing and dispatch, 90 seconds. Then delivery, the rest of the 30 minutes. He drilled his teenage employees like Marines. If you worked at Domino's, you didn't chat. You didn't answer personal calls. You moved. And if you delivered a pizza after 30 minutes, you ate the cost yourself. That created a culture of speed that no competitor could match. By 1975, Domino's had 75 stores across Michigan and neighboring states. Tom was still driving an old car, still sleeping in his office some nights, and still personally testing dough recipes at 2 a.m. But he had crossed a threshold. He was no longer a delivery driver with a dream. He was a legitimate regional player. Then came the turning point, the moment that made Domino's a national obsession. The late 1970s. America is changing. More women are entering the workforce. Two-income households are becoming the norm. Families have less time to cook. Frozen dinners are booming, but frozen pizza tastes like cardboard and regret. Tom saw the gap. He didn't need to make the best pizza in America. He needed to make the most reliable, fastest, hottest pizza in America. So he doubled down on delivery. He removed dine-in tables from his stores. No chairs, no plates, no waitstaff. Every square inch of every store was optimized for one thing: getting a pizza out the door in under 8 minutes. Wall Street thought he was crazy. Franchisees rebelled. Families want to sit down and eat, they said. Tom said, no, they want to sit on their own couches and watch Happy Days. Give them that. By 1978, Domino's had 200 stores. By 1983, 1,000 stores. Tom was now worth over $100 million. He had gone from orphanage to Billionaire's Row without ever writing a business plan longer than 1 page. But here's where the story gets dangerous and ugly and unforgettable. Because when you grow that fast, you cut corners. Domino's Pizza had never been gourmet. Customers knew that. But by the mid-1980s, the quality had dropped so low that even drunk college students noticed. The sauce was thin, the cheese was rubbery, the crust tasted like salted cardboard. Tom knew, but he told himself that speed mattered more than taste. He was wrong. In 1989, Domino's hit a wall. Sales stopped growing for the first time. Competitors like Pizza Hut and Little Caesars had copied the delivery model and were offering better toppings, better crusts, and better marketing. For the first time, Tom Monahan looked like a one-trick pony. Then came the nightmare. A series of lawsuits, delivery drivers running red lights to beat the 30-minute guarantee, accidents, fatalities. One case in particular, a driver in Indiana ran a stop sign and hit a woman crossing the street. She died. The jury awarded her family nearly $80 million. The media went wild. Domino's kills to deliver pizza, the 30-minute death guarantee. Tom watched in horror as the brand he built from nothing became a national punchline. Late-night hosts joked about it. Consumer advocates demanded boycotts, and Tom did something he had never done in 30 years of business. He blinked. He canceled the 30-minute guarantee. Overnight, no warning to franchisees, no transition plan, just gone. And sales collapsed. Domino's lost nearly half its market value in 18 months. thousands of franchisees faced bankruptcy. Tom Monahan, the boy who built an empire on speed, had nothing left to stand on. Now, most stories end here. A fallen hero, a broken company, a cautionary tale for business schools.
But Tom Monahan is not most people. In 1990, he disappeared from public view. No interviews, no press conferences. He locked himself in a small office above a Domino's in Ann Arbor and did something he hadn't done since he was a delivery driver. He made pizzas, hundreds of them, every day, changing recipes, testing ovens, calling random customers at home and asking, "What do you actually want?" And what he discovered changed everything. Customers didn't want faster delivery. They wanted better pizza. Not gourmet, not fancy, just not terrible. They wanted a crust that didn't crack, cheese that stretched, pepperoni that curled at the edges. Tom spent 18 months and nearly $20 million of his own money developing a new recipe. He replaced the crust, upgraded the sauce from concentrate to fresh tomatoes, changed the cheese blend to a higher fat mozzarella that actually melted instead of burning. Then he did the bravest thing any CEO has ever done. He went on national TV and said word for word, "Our old pizza sucked. We're sorry, try the new one." The marketing team quit, franchisees screamed, but Tom didn't care. He had lost everything once. He wasn't afraid to lose it again. And America responded. Because here's the thing about the United States, we love a comeback. We love someone who looks at the camera and admits they were wrong. Tom's apology tour became a business case study. Domino's sales jumped 14% in the first quarter after the new recipe launched. Within 2 years, the company was worth more than ever before. By 1998, Tom Monahan was a billionaire. Not on paper, real dollars. His net worth hit $1.1 billion. The delivery driver from Ypsilanti had done it. And then he walked away. He sold 93% of Domino's to Bain Capital for about $1 billion, not because he was tired, not because he lost passion, because he had promised himself something back in that orphanage. He had promised that if he ever got rich, he would give it all away. And he did. Tom Monahan has given over $900 million to charity. He built a university in Florida. He funded Catholic schools. He gave millions to pro-life causes, disaster relief, and scholarships for orphaned kids, just like he was. Today, at 87 years old, Tom drives a used car, not for show, because he doesn't care about cars. He cares about one thing: building. So why doesn't anyone know his name? Because he never wanted fame. He never wanted a statue. When Domino's went public, he refused to put his face on the prospectus. When Forbes asked for a cover interview, he said no. When Netflix wanted to make a documentary, he hung up. Tom Monahan understood something that most billionaires never learn. The business is not the man. The brand is not the ego. Domino's became a $50 billion company not because Tom Monahan was a genius, but because he was a delivery driver who refused to stop delivering. So the next time that hot box lands on your porch and the cheese is still bubbling and the driver is already running back to the car, remember the orphan, the Marine dropout, the guy who slept in a Beetle and bet everything on 30 minutes. That's the real American dream. Not the trophy, not the penthouse, the callus on your hand from making one more pizza, the courage to say I was wrong on live television, and the wisdom to walk away when you've already won. This is Brand Story Lab. What founder story should we break down next? Drop it in the comments. And remember, every empire starts with one delivery. We'll see you in the next story.